really hope this isn't a bad time or anything.
Hoping isn't enough, it's always a bad time.
But I need to see the books at once.
There are no books. Lester doesn't like books.
No books.
No.
But there must be books.
I really am not kidding. There are no books.
Not one book?
Not even a pamphlet. Come back in the morning.
What actually is going on in there?
Well, as you know, he's hired that chamber orchestra.
I did not know that.
Did I say chamber orchestra? It's more of a small ensemble. Who keeps track of these things?
You!
Yes.
You are the one keeping track of these things! Books and ledgers and little calculators.
I told you there are no books. Everything's gone computerized.
Oh, so there are electronic records.
Absolutely not. Now, can I please ask you to come back a little bit? Where are you going? I cannot work with him. I cannot work in there. Ah, well, perhaps best be on your way then.
Hold on! What's going on in there?
The maestro never yells at us like that. He broke a flugelhorn.
Who did?
Lester van Hummel. I'm getting out of
Yes,
here.
go home and get some sleep.
He said I had to play more woodlandy. I don't know how to play more woodlandy. Is that even a thing? It's a violin. It's made of wood. Is that what he meant?
Go to your conservatory, see that you never come back. Your classical pomposity doesn't match my plan of attack. And you, man, where do I know you from? I'm not in the mood to guess. If you're the girl in the film I'm making, we're not heading for success. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm getting out of here to save my scene. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm getting out of here to save us.
Salvador, my medicine. I feel a little withdrawn.
I think perhaps that you should wait till this violin has gone.
So then we'll get her out of here. We don't have time to lose. I can't talk to these men in tuxes if I don't have my views.
Gotta go, gotta go. The record company's going to know.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. The record company's going to know. The record company's going to know. Lester, you can't keep hiring these classical musicians just to yell at them.
Well, yelling at them is crucial. It's how I get value for money.
It's not your money, it's the record company's money. That woman who was just here.
Well, that girl from the film.
No, from the record company. What film?
I've been using the deductions from the studio expenses to film an erotic thriller.
10 minutes, Mr. Van Hummel.
You're filming an erotic thriller.
The erotic thriller to end all erotic thrillers. It will be the first of a franchise.
You've been filming at a studio,
Yeah,
but you're using the studio hire expenses to pay for it.
that's right.
How can you do both of those things?
At least one of them is illegal.
Putting aside your increasingly illegal activities, that woman who was just here was from the record company. Next week it will have been 10 years to the day since you started work on this album, and there are still only 12 minutes of finished material. Now, no one is doubting the quality of that material, but the fact that it was only accomplished after moving the entire studio from New York to London to Bruges, and then back to New York, is starting to ruffle a few feathers down at head office. They are the ones funding everything, and that undeniably game-changing 12 minutes has cost them nearly $7 million. In addition to that, I have just learned that you were using the money I thought we were saving to fund the production of an erotic thriller in the very same studio we are supposed to be recording in. Lester, please pay attention. I know you're going through a divorce, but if you alienate the record company, there's only so much I can do before they shut us down for good.
Ha! They wouldn't dare shut me down. Not while I'm the ear of a generation.
It's been 10 years since your last album. The generation whose ear you had are now in their mid-30s and listen to post-rock.
Yeah. Well, audiences come and go, but I still have the critics.
Don't be so sure. Dutch rock star Lester van Hummel emerged from his oxygen tent earlier this year, resumed working on his long-awaited second solo album. The project, still untitled, has been in the pipeline for the 10 years since his debut album smash hit, Sink the Bismarck. By some reports, the new project is a progressive rock concept album about the future. which couldn't be less appropriate given the circumstances. Despite the rumours of self-indulgence and continuing drug abuse plaguing the production, Van Hummel's press agent says that Lester is finally claiming, and maintains that despite all appearances, this will be the comeback album of the century. Unfortunately, he neglected to tell us which century.
Journalists, it's not a progressive rock album, is it? It's a song cycle. And it may have been 10 years since work started, but I haven't been working on it for 10 years. There was that 7 months I spent on the island.
And the year you spent in jail.
If you deduct all the time I've had to devote to other enterprises, I've been very productive.
We deduct all the time you've devoted to other enterprises, we get the 12 minutes of material you've recorded.
Don't they understand? Don't they see the dilemma? It's a concept album about the future. We never get to the future. The one thing I've learned, Salvador, is that time may be money, but money isn't time. And no matter how much money I spend, I can only ever record in the present. And I have only ever recorded in the past. But this album, it has to be recorded in the future. It has to be recorded in the future.
Well, there's certainly no risk of it being recorded in the past.
Not yet.
Except for those 12 minutes.
Which will have to be redone. in the future.
This worldview is becoming a bit of a concern.
5 minutes, Mr. Van Hummel.
What about the rest of today's recording, the forest sequence?
I'm waiting for
You
inspiration.
know you've got a whole chamber orchestra in there.
Oh, yes. We're going to need them for the volcano scene. Get them to sign these release forms and you can ask that producer where the rubber suits they'll be wearing are. Also, what day is it?
It's the 3rd.
Ah, my dear Bianca's birthday. Send her a cat, will you?
We gave her a cat last year and the year before that. I don't think she needs any more cats.
Every year a cat, Salvador. Every year a cat.
Directors, it is well known that this record company is in a state of decline. There are several factors responsible for this. My predecessor, Lord Henry James Bellamy, did not have his finger on the pulse of the crucial younger demographic. He didn't believe in the internet. Admittedly, there were many in our company who doubted the revolutionary potential of file sharing, but Lord Bellamy took it a step further. He was confident that there was no such thing as the internet, that the whole thing was merely a left-wing conspiracy designed to unsettle the censorship board, of which he had a controlling interest. His mistrust of technology was so great that he became convinced he could catch a virus from his computer. He remained in isolation up until his death from an overdose of protease inhibitors. Lord Bellamy was buried at sea.
I remember that. Lovely fireworks.
Right now, the economy is in crisis, and it's being felt in all areas. Not even the casual threats of yesteryear are enough to keep people in line. I'll see to it that you never work in the music business again! Used to be my favorite line. Now it just looks like a good career move. It appears we're in a sinking ship here, people, and while we cannot undo the damage already done, we can mitigate against further damage. If we dress the place up a bit, we can offload the whole company to a group of unsuspecting foreigners before Christmas, which we can spend in Tahiti with our paramours. But there is one obstacle to our plan. Lester van Hummel.
Where's our album, you Dutch boss?
I've just come back from there. He's playing a chamber orchestra.
After that organ he destroyed at the cathedral last week?
No remorse, no perspective. And we have to be put in that clause.
Control clause. Why did we put in that clause?
What choice did we have? We had to win the bidding war.
Now it's gone mad with power. Dutch boss!
There's no way out of the contract. Our hands are tied until we go bankrupt. That son of a bitch!
Needless to say, no one will touch this company while we're losing so much money on these extravagant studio expenses every week. We all remember a few years ago when the whole studio, along with a team of theremin experts, was on call for a full 3 months while Lester recovered from his ballooning accident. If history teaches us anything, that we'll be losing money for as long as we are in a contract with Lester van Hummel, which will be for as long as he takes to finish that album. And again, if history teaches us anything, he clearly won't finish that album. Ever.
Ridiculous.
So a clearer way of looking at our position is this. We will be in a contract with Lester van Hummel for as long as Lester van Hummel is alive.
Is that what they call a loophole?
Now, I realize this is highly irregular, but that's no reason to circumvent the usual decision-making channels. All those in favor of dispatching Lester van Hummel forthwith from this life, say aye!
We gotta kill him!
I'll do it myself!
Motion passed. Now, does anyone have any connections to organized crime that we may be able to use for the matter at hand? Excellent! As we know, he's hired out the studio indefinitely, and we're required to pay 1 year advance in payments. But under the current arrangements, if he dies, then we get that back immediately. Now, there's just one other thing. If our Lester's going to bite the dust like this, surely it would be a waste if we didn't take the opportunity to make some money from the inevitable impulsive public greed.
I'll prepare his debut album for re-release.
I'll draft a press statement.
Retrospective. Music to my ears. Although we really should have done this a few years ago when Lester was 27. But as we're about to find out, you can't have everything. To murder!
To murder!
Have I got a story for you?
You go first, Papa.
I'll go first. Let me set the scene for you. It's 3 a.m. We're in the back of the club. When who should come in but two of our dancers. It was quitting they were. Tired of lousy hours, they said. And I said, quitting? The hell you are! And I noticed one of them was bleeding. She was bleeding, but it was white. She didn't seem to mind too much. Anyway, so I pointed it out to her and she said, Dad, well that's just Beiju. Beiju was a Chinese liquor I hadn't had in years. So we all sat down and had a drink. I love that Beiju.
Is that a dream, Papa?
That was a dream.
That explains it.
Yes, it does. Business is good. Business is so good, in fact, that I don't gotta worry about what actually happens in real life no more.
You know that dream you just told me, Papa? That's not the dream. That's the dream.
What are you talking about?
The dream is not having to worry about what is and isn't a dream no more. That's the point. Isn't that the point?
No, that's what I've been saying. That's the dream. What I just said. So what have you got for me?
What I got for you?
Yeah, whatever it is, actually happened.
Yeah, it just happened. In fact, Will, wake up, man. You want to listen to this. Stop waking up, Papa.
Been there for 10 hours.
Looks like he needs a rest.
Whether he needs a rest or not, he's having a rest.
I'll give him another 10 hours. Anyway, what I got for you is, I was down at the usual haunts, picking things up and dropping things off. And who should I see but Earl?
Earl, the assassin,
Earl the assassin.
used to play violin.
Yeah, so what do you say? So I say, hey Earl, I haven't seen you around these haunts much at all. Not much at all. And he says, nah, not these haunts. I've been haunting downtown. And I say, downtown? What you been doing haunting downtown? We could have used you a couple of weeks ago down here for the,
you know, the unpleasantness.
The unpleasantness.
The unpleasantness down there.
Oh boy, that was bad news.
So I say, hey, what you been doing downtown, eh? Avoiding all the unpleasantness around these parts? And he says, not exactly. I'm working something.
Working something?
You're working something, that's what he said. And I said, who? Who are you working, Earl?
Yeah, help with these new horns.
Yeah, and then he tells me that he's working for the private sector.
Private sector? But I thought we were the private sector.
Well, I think we're a private sector.
But there are others.
Yeah, there are others.
He's not working with those South Americans, is he?
They're not the private sector, Papa.
They ain't. Well, if they ain't the private sector, then we ain't the private sector.
Well, maybe we ain't the private sector.
I can't believe he'd work with those damn South Americans.
Working with the South Americans, Papa.
But how do you know he ain't?
Too public.
Too public.
Anyway. I say, private sector, not the South Americans, is it? And he says, nah, I got hired by some suits. And then he tells me to keep this between us, keep it on the down low, real hush-hush. And apparently, he got hired by a record label, and who's he gonna whack but Lester van Hummel?
Lester van Hummel?
That's right, Mr. Sink the Bismarck, Mr. I can't believe is not dead van Hummel. Can you imagine all going after that guy? What a story, huh?
What? Pipe down in there! Earl the assassin is going after Lester van Hummel, and you think this is funny? What, are you stupid?
Not stupid, Papa.
What do we do here, sir?
We do a lot of things, Papa.
Right. But what do we sell?
We sell drugs.
Right. We sell drugs. And what does Lester van Hummel take?
Creative liberties?
Drugs! He takes the drugs that we sell to him. He takes more drugs than we can sell to him. Lester van Hummel was responsible for 90% of our turnover last year. He's our biggest customer. I have a shrine to him in the other room. It's a miracle he's even alive. And Earl the assassin is going after him.
Oh, yeah, that's not good news at all.
It's bad news, son! It's bad news. If Lester van Hummel dies, we'll be finished. We won't be able to compete with the South Americans. We'll have to move over to the West Coast. And I hate the West Coast! We can't go back there anyhow, not after the unpleasantness.
Unpleasantness.
Okay. Now, are you sure that this isn't a dream?
No, Papa, it just happened.
My dream just happened, that's not a good measure.
Dream, Papa.
Okay. Will, get our man downtown on the phone. See if you can find out what studio Lester van Hummel is in, and keep tabs on whoever you see coming and going. And you, get back up to those new horns, and see if you can keep track of that assassin. Now listen to me, because this part is very important. He must not succeed. Lester van Hummel must stay alive at all costs.
At all costs!
Don't just repeat what I say, I need to know that you understand it. Can you rephrase it for me?
No, Papa, I don't have time to rephrase it. I gotta stop the assassin from killing Lester van Hummel.
My boy.
But you see, the whole style has never been like that before. Lester synthesized it. He synthesized it and turned it into something altogether new that the new groups simply don't come close to. Isn't that just the best?
It's quite something.
Yeah! He took the best elements of disco pop and punk and fused them like nobody else.
Nobody.
All the radio hits, he somehow captured the dick to me, dick to me, dick.
Dichotomy.
Recklessness and experimentation and the melancholy as inevitably produces.
What are you, a psychiatrist?
And that was only the first part of the album.
Right there. Fanboy trying to create the illusion that you're a good music journalist so that I let you in. It's not going to work. You know why? There are no good music journalists. Sustain any illusions by making things up about disco pop and melancholia.
Morrissey.
Of course it did.
Take back your joy.
I'll take your arm.
Your litigation won't do me harm.
say so. Honey, if you go, it'll hurt me so, but I'll make it. Somehow I always do. Somehow I always do. Somehow I always do.
Trouble in paradise? Of course, paradise was long ago overrun by wasps.
I would be more polite, Salvador. When the divorce goes through, I will own half of you.
I'll be sure to wash that half.
Who are you? Are they Louis Vuitton sunglasses?
Yeah. Is this where Lester van Hummel is recording?
Who wants to know?
Me. I wants to know. Is someone coming to kill him?
I see. Does he have an appointment?
What?
No one's coming to kill him without an appointment.
You don't buy into your sense of protocol. Come on, let me in so I can save this rock guy.
Is that so? I let you in to save him, then I turn my back and you kill him. And there's one thing I hate more than fanboys pretending to be music journalists. It's fanboys who are actually insane. You're not a girl, then Lester won't have any time for you.
Wait a second, you think I'm making this up?
Well, one of us is making it up.
Well, how about this?
That's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
Why, what do you mean?
Now I know you're insane.
You don't know that.
Which one of us is pointing the gun?
Well, I could just be making a point.
What point would that be?
That you better step aside or Lester van Hummel might get killed.
That's strange considering you're pointing the gun at me and not at Lester van Hummel. It would probably be something like, I'd better step aside or I might get killed by you with the gun.
Yeah, cool.
So unless I step aside, both Lester and I will die.
No, but if I killed you, I'd be able to get inside and stop the assassin from killing Lester
So
van
there's
Hummel.
an assassin.
Yeah, there's an assassin. At least one.
Are you the assassin?
Not the assassin. It's a different assassin.
So you're an assassin.
Not even an assassin.
Then I can't take your threat seriously.
I'm a prospective assassin. Look, my point is this. Either you will die, or Lester will die, but not both if you step aside.
Unless I step aside.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Grandma. Next, the fact you're pointing your gun directly at my head doesn't go any way to indicate that you're not insane.
Just forget I have the gun.
I'm trying, but it's hard.
Okay, I see what this is about. I'll put the gun away. Is that better?
It's better, yes, but I still know you have the gun, which is not doing you any favors.
Who's putting it away?
It's good for me, because now I'm younger and saying I could probably overpower you before you get it out of there.
Oh, is that right?
Lester, hi!
Salvador, I'd like you to meet Earl, our new head of security. With all these people prowling around, you can't be too careful. And I've known Earl for years. I trust him implicitly.
Lester, I think this might be one of your opium-induced fantasies. You have never met this man before.
Nonsense! Earl and I go back to our salad days. You remember with the... Anyway, I trust him with my life. And you will too. And you. And you. And you. See, never trust actors.
You hired those actors, Lester. They're starring in your erotic thriller.
Why do I feel so on edge?
Your wife was just here. She has that.
My wife! You never sent her a cat, did you?
No, I didn't, but in my defense...
Salvador! I specifically asked you to send her a cat, and you didn't do it! You'd be in my bad books! If I had books, consider yourself warned. Now, we're gonna get away from this tedious recording for a while, and go to the rocket facility.
Oh, yes.
Rockets.
It's not a good time. We have suspicions that this man is trying...
Damn it! Salvador! We're going to the rocket facility!
Did you say rockets?
day-to-day living, I keep an incredible pace. And when I die, I want to be fired into space. If you had lived in my position, you would have to make the same decision. And maybe one day you too could be fired into space. Fired into space. Oh, none of your conventions and none of your traditions can shake me. So I invest in rockets with your partners that can take me. I don't know the reason for my world, but I can see it now like I used to. And when it's all over, I will be fired into space. Fired into space. Fired into space. Fired into space.
He's crazy. Oh, yeah. How's he going to enjoy space if he's dead? Hey, no, it's okay. I won't shoot him with all these people around. Hey, I'm the Toledo, by the way. I'm a son of a drug baron. We're the private sector. I'm here to keep Lester alive at all costs. Don Toledo. I think I picked out a shipment from your father. Good stuff. Lester always liked it. Hey, we're the best. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go shoot Earl in the back. No, Lester is very easily spooked. If you shoot that guy, Lester will go into shock, and we could kiss goodbye to all our studio time for the rest of the year. Hey, that's bad news. All we can do is follow him and make sure that assassin can't try anything. Both of our livelihoods depend on Lester remaining alive. And on drugs. Yes. It's a delicate balance.
So, you're asking me to change Lester van Hummel's will?
That is correct.
Madam, I have to say this is highly unorthodox.
But so is all the sex we have been having. Besides, he owes me. He owes me for his faithlessness, for all the drugs I have hidden, for the paternity suits I ignored. But above all, he owes me for all of the time I supported him, despite him not producing anything in 10 years. He has become a waste of space, a blot on society, a drain on humanity.
Marriage is hard. As it stands, you will inherit Lester van Hummel's entire estate if he dies before your divorce goes through, which is tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, it hadn't occurred to me. Mi amo. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to leave on an entirely unrelated matter. Can I borrow some?
Sure, I see nothing wrong with that.
I
because the present makes me blue. It's a pleasure to invest in you.
Here at this institution, you have the money and we have the skills. With your generous contribution, we can make your rocket smaller still.
Because the present makes me blue.
You got it.
It's a pleasure to invest in you.
Mr. Van Hummel, in this wing of the facility, we have the smallest spacefaring rocket ever made.
Can I fit in it?
Only just. Now, I must go and clear some equipment out, so please, make yourself comfortable.
Lester, I think it's simply superb that you're investing in this rocket technology.
Yeah, it's just all cutting edge.
Je ne sais quoi.
Exactly something someone like you should be doing.
Someone like me. Who is like me? Who are these people? What are they doing? They're not investing in rockets, are they?
No, I was merely speaking metaphorically. It's something I would recommend you do if you weren't already doing it.
If you were doing something else, you should be doing this rocket thing.
I am doing it. I've been doing it for a while now. Nothing can change the fact that I've been doing it for a while now. Not all the money in the world. It's one of the cruelties of nature. Do you think you're better than nature?
No, certainly not. I'm never going to change that.
It's a good thing. Let's tell us more about your philosophy of time.
Oh yes.
I'd love that.
Do you mind if I record that on my iPhone?
I'm going to live tweet this.
Over the course of my life, Earl, I perceive time moving in the one direction, steadily forward. It inescapably provides us with the sense that we're building to something, which would not be the case if time moved the other way. But even the hours, Earl, they add up till 12 or 4. If only they could be made to keep going.
Now, Mr. Van Hummel, I think everything's ready, but... Now, what's happened to all your friends?
They have fainted.
So they have, yes.
They couldn't handle my philosophizing.
You're philosophizing? Oh, I'm very interested.
Yes, you see, I believe that time is not circular, but it's a set of parallel lines, each of which represents the past, the present, and the future. And only when these lines finally intersect can we come to a point where we achieve actual progress. Progress of the sort that few have ever imagined.
Whatever that was, I'll take 10.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you. My doctor always told me to ask what's in it first. Oh, this stuff killed Belushi. Bam! Right in the bloodstream.
He's still standing. That's good news for us.
Where was I? Three parallel lines, and only when they finally intersect will we come to a point where progress and activity is possible. And I'm not talking about progress in terms of time moving forward either. What are you doing?
waiting for it to take effect.
No, don't wait, never wait. If you wait now, you'll be waiting forever. The one thing I've learned is that time may be money, but money isn't time. And if you wait now, you'll be waiting forever. Where's rockets? Salvador.
Yes.
I'm bleeding in my mouth. Why is the rocket scientist on the floor?
If I had to guess, I'd say he'd been poisoned.
Ah, the dangers of insufficient ventilation. I God who went the same.
Lester, please listen to me. You are in grave danger. That man is trying to kill you. In fact, right now he appears to be building a bomb.
Security. Don't be silly. What's your name again?
Once again, you do not even know his name.
Salvador. I am getting tired of your insubordination. First the cat, now this. If you'll excuse me, we're here for a very important reason. I'm going to go and see if I can fit into the tiny rockets that the scientists have been working so hard on.
Can we go?
Yeah, well, we can all go. Come on. The scientist wants you to take this down to the basement. Thank you. Paperwork, I see. You know, one day soon, rockets of this size will be quite legal. But until then, we cannot have a paper trail.
I don't think we'll have to worry about a paper trail for long.
Never
You
mind.
saved my life.
Just have some of this.
My writer's block has evaporated.
Your friends.
There's an intense ringing in my
I'm
ears.
quite sure that was the explosion.
Hold the studio at once.
You gonna finish your album?
My erotic thriller. Bring all the props and the equipment in here. This is the perfect place for it. Not a volcano. Not a volcano at all. A rocket. I'll direct it myself. This calls for a celebration, eh?
Is he dead? No, just overstimulated. How do we wake him up? We don't need to wake him up. Lester is perfectly safe. We may need to keep him alive and on drugs, but there is no reason to keep him conscious.
What if roll comes?
You do not understand what it is like. This morning, I had to convince a 30-piece orchestra to wear lycra spandex. This evening, I would probably have to bring the set of an erotic thriller to a facility that illegally manufactures tiny, tiny spacefaring rockets. 30 seconds are the first time I've had off in 3 months, and if you cut them short, I will cut you. Other assassins?
Yeah, whoever said Earl probably has others, and with this explosion, they'll be here any minute to check that he's dead. Either that, or news crews.
News crews. Don't shoot me! I won't tell anyone.
Well, I won't say anything if you don't.
What are we talking about? I don't know. Everybody calm down. No way. Now, we can wake this man up and get him out of here. Is there any kind of scientific device that can help us with that?
I could sing him an invigorating ditty, or...
Are you aware of what science is?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, yes, there's some rocket fuel in the hangar. You've,
Oh yes, of course.
legal battle. It looks like our priorities have completely reversed. I hate when that happens. You may go now. I'll take care of this.
Oh, that's the stuff. What's that? Huge explosion at Lester van Hummel's last known location?
Oh,
My boy.
but
no reports as to whether Lester is alive or not.
Idiots. All right, you stay there.
Don't touch a thing.
I'd better head down
and see if I can stop him myself.
Presto.
Oh, hello. Oh, me, Donatello. Pleased to meet you. Is that rocket fuel?
See.
May I have it? I appreciate this greatly, but I really must have that rocket fuel.
I want you to kill Lester van Hummel.
Madamina, I need him alive for my father.
If you kill Lester van Hummel, I will become richer than the Queen of Spain.
Queen of Spain.
My mother. And my darling, if you kill Lester van Hummel, you can share in the riches and have all the rocket fuel you want.
All the rocket fuel. Can I really betray my father on account of a woman I've known for 40 seconds? Only 5 seconds?
Son! Damn smartphones! Ah! If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Son! Lester!
Assassin!
Well, his dream's taking a turn for the worse.
You're not an assassin at all, are you?
Is this the end of Donatello?
Donatello! God damn it. Alright, Salvador, I've made up my mind. I am going to kill Lester.
Oh, my wounds! Son, I die as I lived.
From a gunshot? Silly. An opium.
Stupid kid.
Oh, Papa! I have killed you with my treachery.
Alas! But now that he is gone, your narcotics trade is compromised.
Are you saying that I can't run the family business by myself? Because you're not wrong.
Then we need each other. And Lester van Hummel must die.
This will symbolize his descent into madness. As she first learns his name, this scene goes after the others we filmed today. But before the one with the dancing flames, hey, Laurence. Hey.
quenching. Salvador!
Is the orchestra around?
Yes, they're a little apprehensive.
Three violins and set them on fire. We need the smoke full of expensive money.
Does the studio cost? Does he realize the position he's in? I haven't seen him record a note. Is he even? Is he a musician? Look, he's shaking. Look, he's shaking.
Look, start the fire!
Look, he's
so
shaking.
Start the fire! Stop! When I was a boy, my mother took me to a symphony. She pointed at the orchestra and said that's where I soon would be. Oh, what are you doing? Years and years of arpeggios, a lifetime savings lost, learning to transpose and play music at the cost of my friends, my health, my family, and all I ever wanted was a moment to be like this, and the wealth and opportunity to use it. And what have you been doing for years? Drugs, rockets, burning violin, wives, cats, squandering privilege. You know what I'd do? If I were in your shoes, I'd record 15 albums, like concertos and blues, and a symphony of hate. For you, just for you, it's never too late to die. Why won't you die?
Quiet on the set.
Gunfire! Gunfire! Jonathan Leto, what are you doing? Look out!
Gunfire!
We shouldn't be here. Prepare to die.
There ain't no way you're filling this sky.
Lester van Hummel, you'll pay the price. Get down, you idiots! Take my advice.
Get out of the way.
Oh no! You're going to pay. Oh no! Who are these people? We don't know. Who are these people? We don't know. Get down, get down, get down.
So many sounds.
Let's go! Finish! Give me a minute! Let's go! Finish! Let's finish!
I have come to poison him, but the opportunities are slim, and it's the worst gunfight I've ever seen. Perhaps I should intervene, because the bullet might be too good. I'll wait for him to die. I have come
Oh no!
to poison him,
Oh no!
but the opportunities are slim.
We want to go!
It's the worst gunfight I've
We
ever
don't want to see another one!
I should intervene.
This is not right here of fun! Good, I'll wait for him to die!
I am bleeding. Some trouble reading. What I am needing is a soldier with the lightning hands of the saints, and one shot of morphine, and I need it before it gets too late.
Oh no! Don't let go!
Is this the end of Donatello?
You say Donatello.
Are you the one who shot me?
What have I done?
Mama!
Son!
Again like this, and my wondered whether that Papa could not support you with the narcotics trade, and that you had to turn to the music business to survive.
My one regret is shooting you just now.
I have lost a father, but gained a mother and a girlfriend, and potentially a whole lot of money. Hey, I'm doing okay.
Lester, you're writing music again. Oh, you're not the burned-out husk I thought you were.
Bianca, I owe you a cat.
My life is empty now, at least I have you. Looks like we're returning to normality. And it makes me feel so good. Ah, what do I do now that I have you?
My rage at this guy has gone away.
All your mortgages I am gonna pay with the drugs that he will buy. There's so much we can do now that I have you. That worked out oh so well, except for Donatello, who is dead. He had a good run, and I did not feel
I came here to kill you and your entourage.
Oh, Bianca! Bianca!
Alright, you might not deserve to live, but you don't deserve to die.
And it worked out oh so well. And although you once wanted Lester dead, you weren't the only one. I'm glad that assassin.
Lester van Hummel is dead.
I'm definitely still alive.
But then, who's in the rocket?
Yes! It was the perfect plan. Fake Lester's death and get rid of that assassin with no loose ends.
Allowing us to get rich from the box set retrospectives that we were going to release in the wake of his demise.
Yes.
Who are we guys?
God damn it.